Hello and welcome to the Kopala TV main news. We get straight into the headlines. UPND on the copper belt to hold demonstrations over surging milli meal prices. Miners in Kitwe protest over 5% pay raise awarded to them by Mopani. Economist attributes current economic woes to careless spending on the part of government. US and China sign partial trade deal. Join us after this. To present the Kopala TV main news, my name is Wawila Musongole. The opposition United Party for National Development UPND on the Copper Belt has disclosed that it plans to hold demonstrations in Kitwe over the continued rise in milli meal prices. Victoria Mukupo has the rest of the details.
The price of milli meal in most parts of the country has continued to rise. In some parts of the country, such as the Western Province, a 25-kilogram bag of milli meal has now been priced at over 200 kwacha. In Kitwe, a similar bag of breakfast is selling at between 180 and 186 kwacha. The surge in milli meal prices has been received with mixed reactions by members of the public. Members of the public want the government to put in place measures that will ensure that milli meal prices are reduced. In other instances, stakeholders and opposition political parties alike have urged the government to consider introducing subsidies to cushion the high milli meal prices. The opposition United Party for National Development on the Copper Belt feels the high milli meal prices are beyond the reach of many Zambians. The UPND has announced plans to stage a demonstration in Kitwe over the continued rise in milli meal prices.
People are suffering, and we cannot continue as UPND in this trajectory, in this way. As UPND, particularly the youth wing, we are coming up with a demonstration very soon, and we shall inform and we shall notify the police over this demonstration that we are going to do. The demonstration will be on the issue of high cost of living here in Kitwe, particularly on the Copper Belt. And it is very sad. If you check the JCTR research, it shows that for you to live on the Copper Belt, you need to have at least 6,000. And how many people have such kind of money? And how many people have the salaries such salaries like that? Most of the people, they are unemployed. So what you are saying as UPND on the Copper Belt, we are saying, we are telling the PF that if they have failed, let them just stay aside.
Meanwhile, Copper Belt Police Commissioner Charity Katanga says her office will only comment on the planned UPND demonstration once the party notifies police over the matter.
No, but I think what is important, I would rather comment when we see what they have written, because I'm not aware about any demonstrations.
And the PF on the Copper Belt, through its provincial chairperson Nathan Chanda, has castigated the UPND over their planned protest.
I must state it clear that UPND are hypocrites who have been rejoicing over the prices of milli meal, evidenced by what happened in Livingstone when ShopRite checkers made a computer error when they were pricing their 25 kg milli meal in one of their Livingstone stores. We saw how media went. The UPND were very happy because they don't have what to tell the Zambian people if they form the government their plans. Because UPND is a party which is known for disastrous things, evidenced by the privatization one of their leaders is associated to. So to us, we are not surprised, actually, to be a mockery to the Zambian people instead of them showing solutions. Because, you know, this climate change has hit all of us. It has not left anyone. Look at Southern Province. Do we have rains there? Look at Western Province. And look at what is happening. But the PF government has demonstrated by being proactive, not being reactive, by distributing farming inputs in record time.
The government, through the Food Reserve Agency (FRA), the Millers Association of Zambia, and the Grain Traders Association, has inked an agreement to ensure that mini meal prices are waived to between 130 and 136 for a 25-kilogram bag. Victoria Mkupo, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
PF Lusaka Province Secretary Kennedy Kamba has dispelled assertions that the party will use government funds to construct its new party headquarters in Lusaka. Mr. Kamba says the head office will be constructed with party donations from well-wishers. He says the PF has many partners and allegations of using government resources are therefore unfounded.
We are using to construct the same infrastructure is coming from the well-wishers. You know, we've got political parties across the world. These governments which are running different countries are made of political parties, and that's the party. We've got also relationship. One good example is the people of China, the Communist Party of China, where we get a lot of support from the CPC of China. We've got other political parties we are also getting support, and well-wishers and individuals like you and me. Yes. So for me, those are just politics. Those are just politics. We need to have our own infrastructure, and for your own information, even the current building which is sitting the Secretary General and the headquarters of the party belongs to the party. And we bought that just after forming government. So we want to make sure that we have infrastructure across the country belonging to the party.
4 political parties have successfully filed in their nominations for the Chiluba parliamentary by-election that takes place next month. Details are in the following report.
The die is cast and all is set for Chiluba constituency parliamentary by-election slated for February 13th next month. All the 4 political parties that have successfully filed in their nominations ahead of the poll are confident of victory. The ruling PF has adopted Mulenga Fube as its candidate.
United team from Mutampuru, Rwandi, Natural Party, Ruatantico. Putting a water to Manotondi, Dr. Ansaranda Wakateka, Netim Yawanama ministers in Geshavadi, putting what Taco if you convention Dutchmona, the law, Bumpandama, no Pogwabanakale, Ndesuntikanya, coffee, Geshan and Dr. Wupian to Relanda. Epa Wupian, Gesha Mamma Muchalo, Epa PF by Shirap, the Pava district, Yaquata with Patana Fibi, not what if Patana Fibi, nothing school at Pata. Echo Turunda for Parifim, if you got to Chalo, not to want to value the Pamuseo. We all take a waffle short via, no Posamoka and go over to Msawam Dokara. Who no quality to meet up Sanapsan, and Gabapangom so inch vice Chalo. You don't vice Chalo, Fimbica I post upon Quai. A son de land Dutch Calamba Doctor at Inchaga table man of Quiquat and Nemu, a man who work at Ashing Wikosh. If Sanabacamba Babele Cocotati, Umilo Chinglavacru, Taocha.
The National Democratic Congress NDC is also participating in the by-election and has floated Henry Kalenga as its candidate. The Opposition United Party for National Development UPND, through its candidate Stanilas Chele, are equally bubbling with confidence and are ready for battle. The Opposition People's Alliance for Change is also taking part in the tightly contested Chiluba election. The Opposition United for a Better Zambia UBZ has withdrawn its participation from the Chiluba race.
The Opposition Patriots for Economic Progress (PEP) has regretted the failure by the Zambia Police Service to arrest PF Lusaka Province Chairperson Paul Monga and other known PF members for assault and aggravated robbery. PEP President Sean Tembo alleges that the duo assaulted him and hacked him with a machete sometime last year whilst conducting a peaceful demonstration. Mr. Tembo is saddened that President Edgar Lungu, who is also PF leader, has failed to condemn the heinous act conducted by his members.
We very much bemoan the failure by the Zambia Police Service to arrest the people who attacked us during our fire tender protest in November of last year, who is Mr. Paul Monga, the Lusaka Province Acting PF Chairperson, as well as Mr. Ruben Banda, a well-known PF cadre. The last time we made a follow-up with the police at Lusaka Central Police, we were advised that our complainant statements, which we had submitted, had been misplaced. And so far, we haven't received any positive feedback from the police regarding progress in this case. We further bemoan the failure by government in general and President Edgar Lungu in particular to condemn the attack which was perpetrated on us by these PF members. We noted that a week after the attack on us, there was an attack on a PF member in Mpurungu during a local government by-election. And President Lungu was very prompt to condemn that attack simply because it involved a PF member. And he failed to condemn the attack involving us. This is extremely regrettable because it paints a picture that the president is only interested in the narrow partisan interests of his political party as opposed to the interests of a common citizen who is not affiliated to the ruling Patriotic Front.
Financial analyst Mambo Hamaundu says the country's continued economic challenges can be partly attributed to government's careless spending. Mr. Hamaundu says despite formulating the national budget, government does little to ensure that they spend according to the plan. He said of late, government has been spending resources on unbudgeted for projects.
Other facets of the economy which are really not being taken care of properly, because when you look at our budget and when you look at the results that it is achieving, it is you discover that we are spending more money than we are earning. We've got quite a number of expenditure which has not been planned for, which is actually leading to some of the challenges that we are facing. So the overall aspect of managing an economy, when you look at it from a global point of view, you'd find that we could be found wanting as a people, because normally what we would do is the way you judge performance of the government is you look at the budget which was presented, for instance, for 2019, which was presented in 2018 around September, October, versus the results which were achieved in 2019. You'd find that in many instances you'd find that government did not actually meet the target as stipulated. I think they had set out at the beginning of the year to say we'll have single-digit inflation ranging 6 to 8%. We accomplished that for a few months, but I think as we went towards the end of the year, we went into double-digit figures. We set ourselves a target of having a stable rate of exchange, but what we had, I think, was volatile. We opened at 12 and went up as high as 15.9, dropping to 13. So you can see that the rate was fluctuating. So that too was not really achieved. And even when you look at the deficit which was envisaged, even what is obtaining now, what was obtaining at the end of the year, is higher than what was budgeted for.
In case you have just tuned in, you're watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after the break. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to, with appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters. If you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonseba na mayo na bashtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. The Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU has sympathized with the community of Munyumbwe area of Gwembe district and other parts of the country that have been affected by the recent flash floods. Details are in the following report.
Zambia has continued experiencing unfavorable weather patterns owing to severe effects of climate change. Some parts of the country are witnessing abnormal rains. The rains have damaged infrastructure and property. Fields have also been devastated. Gwembe district in the southern province has not been spared from flash floods. On Tuesday, the district experienced flash floods that almost cut off the area from the rest of the country. Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU National Coordinator Chandakawe has sympathized with the residents of Gwembe districts. It says a combined team of experts from the department and the defense wings are expected to conduct an assessment of damage and come up with appropriate response measures. Mr. Kawe says government is doing everything possible to ensure that lives are safeguarded in the flood-affected areas of Gwembe. The Zambia Meteorological Department has predicted that Mufumbwe, Kasempa, Kawe, Lusaka, Siavonga, Gwembe and Chipata will experience flash floods over the next few days. Dana Kafwala, Kopala TV News, in Kitwe.
The Civil Society Scaling Up Nutrition CSO Sun Alliance has urged government to ensure that food-based dietary guidelines, once finalized, are distributed to all institutions engaged in farming. CSO Sun Coordinator Matthews Muhuru says the guidelines should be given to institutions such as the Zambia National Service ZNS and the Zambia Correctional Service to influence nutrition-sensitive crop production. Mr. Muhuru says the guidelines that are being developed by the Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with stakeholders have the potential to change the nutrition picture of Zambia. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the guidelines will be developed in the first quarter of 2020.
We would like to urge government to align the food production policies to the food-based dietary guidelines. Food-based dietary guidelines are a set of recommendations that provide guidance to the nation on what kind of food we should consume. So if you look at the food-based dietary guidelines, you realize that it has different food groups that people in Zambia are supposed to be eating. So if at all we can match this with production and aligning all the other policies that deal with food production in Zambia, this has the potential to change the nutrition picture of Zambia. As you might be aware that Zambia has made news for the wrong reasons a couple of times in the Global Hunger Index. Just in 2019 alone, we were ranked the 5th hungriest country in the world. So all of those can be dealt with, and we start changing the narrative by ensuring that we produce food that is nutrition sensitive and that guarantees for Zambia to achieve, will be on track to achieving SDG 2 that looks at ending hunger but has a lot of focus on nutrition.
Prisons Care and Counseling Association, PRISCA, has commended President Edgar Lungu for the continued pardoning of prisoners under the prerogative of mercy. PRISCA Executive Director Godfrey Malembeka, who is also an ex-convict, has condemned the reception in which ex-prisoners are accorded by society. Dr. Malembeka said this in an interview with Kopala TV News in Lusaka.
The only gap, what I want to say is that the executive have done their part, the president has done his part, the Minister of Home Affairs and Zambia Correctional Service Commissioner General have done their part. The problem and the gap, the traditional gap that has been there, is poor reception by their spouses and relatives. And this is the feedback we are getting. I have now spent 20 years in this work, and I'm one of them. This is the first problem that we have. The second problem is we have not mounted a campaign to demystify beliefs and myths that surrounds the people who are leaving our correctional facilities. The belief outside there is still there that these people are coming with bad breath. And this frustrates me. And this is what contributes to the problems. One was here yesterday shedding tears, a lady pardoned on Christmas, but the husband is gone, he has moved on, and she's suffering. Well, I was counseling here yesterday, counseling her, and these are the problems that we have. I want to appeal, seriously appeal to the line ministries that they should be aiding what the generosity of the president, that they should be supplementing what the executive are doing. The Minister of Community Development is well-positioned ministry. They can help us. We can come up with a strategy to cluster these people who are coming out. Some traditional leaders, Mumba is a shining example of all the 7 traditional leaders ready to give land. And most of those have settled in Mumba, but they will come out without seed. They will come out without any simple agricultural tool to go and implement or use what they were learning. This is where the gap is.
In case you have just tuned in, you are watching the Kopala TV main news. Join us after this. Samaria Limited is a versatile company dedicated to meeting every need any of our customers may have. With us, you're guaranteed to have a pleasant and easy shopping experience with the best returns for your money's worth. We guarantee the best customer service in addition to the finest quality beverages at affordable prices. We have all your hardware requirements, from roofing sheets, wiring, piping, and much more. At Samaria Limited, we believe in good workmanship. Working well with one another is what gets our job done. Stationery is an essential. Whether it's a pencil for your personal drawings and designs, or a roll of paper for the company printer, we've got you covered. We stock various brands simply for your preference. We have an Airtel booth within our premises with airtime ready and available for all customers. We also offer Airtel Money services for easy money transactions and efficient clerks to attend to you, ensuring a fast and smooth procedure. If you're in need of any electronics, our store should be your go-to. with appliances ranging from household specifics to industrial commodities such as generators and inverters. If you need it, we have it. Our wholesale store stocks the best quality in food and other products, including cleaning necessities. And above all, our affordable prices ensure that you know how much we value you. You can find Samaria Limited along President Avenue North, opposite Zambia Railways in Dola, or call us on 0212 613 336 or 0212 619 992. Samaria Limited, your one-stop center for all you need.
Looking for an opportunity to grow your business? Well, Kopala TV has good news for all small-scale businesses. You can now advertise on Kopala TV's Makwebo. Bonsewa na mayo na washtata. Iseni mulangishe amakwebo yenu pamutengo uachepa nga 100 kwacha. Yes, you heard right. For as low as 100 kwacha, your business will get its peak. Whatever the business, we will advertise. All you need to do is send a text of what your business offers, indicating the name, location, and contact details to the number below. Payment for the advertising spot can be made through MTN mobile money on the number down below. Makwebo, make your business known.
Welcome back. Miners in Kitwe have rejected the 5% pay raise that they have been awarded by Mopani Copper Mines under the 2020 collective agreement. Blessings Malama has the rest of the details in the following report.
Employees from Mopani Copper Mines in Kitwe have been awarded a 5% pay rise across the board. However, employees at Mopani are not happy with the salary rise that management has awarded them. The workers feel the increase is not enough looking at the prevailing economic situation in the country. The workers have stated a demonstration at the Mine Workers Union of Zambia head office in Kitwe. They are demanding for a 20% pay rise across the board.
We have rejected the 5% proposed increment because it's here proposed. So we have rejected the 5% proposed increment. And the 500 as cushion, we have rejected it.
Speaking in an interview with Kopala TV, Mine Workers Union of Zambia General Secretary George Mumba says the union is unaware of the matter. Mr. Mumba says MUZ will engage other unions and relevant stakeholders to address this matter.
We are not aware about the rejection. 1. 2, negotiations are ongoing. So we haven't yet had the feedback from the branch leadership that had gone to meet our rank and file. So we'll be meeting. We agreed to meet after the brief from Mopani in terms of the 4 branches of Rila, Kana, Mindolo, and Kana Trust. So after the brief, they will do a debrief so that we agree when we meet management and give them the update of what is the view from the workers.
Other unions such as the National Union of Miners and Allied Workers are yet to comment on this matter. Blessings Malama, Kopala TV News in Kitwe.
In foreign news, the United States and China have signed a partial trade deal after more than 2 years of friction. The deal is aimed at calming the tension in the trade market. We monitored the BBC for this report.
From American farmers producing soya beans or pork to car manufacturers and Chinese factory workers making our electronic gadgets, these are the people and businesses bearing the brunt of the trade war. It's their goods on which extra charges or tariffs have been imposed. And those costs have added over $800 to the average American family's annual bills, and according to one estimate, cost up to 300,000 US jobs. With the pain mounting for those the trade dispute was meant to help, President Trump has agreed a truce.
Today we take a momentous step, one that has never been taken before with China, toward a future of fair and reciprocal trade as we sign phase 1 of the historic trade deal between the United States and China.
The relief may be mutual. The Chinese people have seen their incomes grow at the slowest rate in 3 decades, in the face of the war triggered by President Trump to protect American jobs and companies from what he viewed as unfair competition. With an American election looming, this ceasefire may be as much political as economic. President Trump's yet to achieve his ambition of rewriting the trade rulebook. Those hoping that the UK and America can forge a mutually beneficial relationship after Brexit will be watching closely. Darshini David, BBC News.
And finally, in foreign news, peaceful protests in Lebanon have escalated into clashes with security wings due to restrictions on dollar withdrawals in Beirut. 50 people have been detained at a local police station as the conflicts continue. Angry protesters gathered outside the central bank and proceeded to the police station where their compatriots were being detained, demanding their release. Police used tear gas to disperse them. Protests in Lebanon have been ongoing for 4 months, and protesters have now channeled their anger to the banks that have tracked the savings of depositors in Lebanon's worst economic crisis since the 1975 to 1990 civil war.
يتقدم قليلا يعني هي نوعا ما تحولت
To end the Kopala TV main news, we take a look at the headlines once again. UPND on the copper belt to hold demonstrations over surging meal prices. Mopani miners in Kitwe protest over 5% pay raise. Economist attributes current economic woes to careless spending on the part of government. US and China sign partial trade deal. Thank you for watching the Kopala TV main news. My name is Wabula Musongole and enjoy the rest of your evening.